enough of Pluto retrograde, but Pluto has been very challenging, as you can see. Sometimes I just look at the planets up in the air and I just laugh. Because I'm like, this is nothing but Pluto. Pluto is doing its job, you know. But let's move on. So the first card we have is electronization. Talking about data or backup or something that's going to be backed up or someone's going to back up their words or their actions. Okay, so we have curiosity. So someone is curious about something, they're going to try something, or they have the desire to do something or to try something. This could be any addictions. And this is someone that is very addicted to someone's talent or your talent. Or this could be about your personality or TV personality, you know? This could be a snake that's curious, but poisonous at the same time. Their energy is. At least their energy is, you know? Um, okay, they could be threatening you or they feel threatened by you. Or they could be invading your privacy. Okay? I mean, they think they are. But let's move forward. Let's see what their intentions are. They would have honor, dignity. At least you still have your dignity. You know, your self-worth. Meanwhile, they're going to be hit by lightning. I think they're going to be struck by one. But let's move on. Something about honor and integrity. Okay, let's see what this is. Let's see what their intentions are. Man, we just seen, I'm not seeing it, we just heard a jet just flew by, so that's significant. Something about something that's going to be taken off, or action is going to be progressing forward. Well, that's a sign, because I just heard a jet. Something significant about jets. Okay, let's just move on. Yeah, we have great news. Yeah, something about the angels are backing up information or data for you. Okay, so I have something amazing to tell you. Let's see what this is. You just never know what the intentions are. You never know what the energy comes out as. Not rain Pluto. Just testing you. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. This is their real intentions. I have ill intention and maybe plan on deceiving you. Yeah, and that's why they're curious about something. And it's crazy how Snake was above it or underneath it. Yeah, they have a trick on whatever plan. As always, this is someone that can't trick you. You know, they're gonna end up tricking themselves. Yes, goodbye. The time has come to part ways. Yeah, goodbye. If someone is saying goodbye to addiction. Okay, let's move on. See what this thread is about. Envy. Yeah, because they envy you. But they're causing a lot of envy about them. It's just so very envious. So we have, I will seek to undermine your success as a mean of elevating my own standing. And they think this is going to help. They think threatening someone or tricking someone. No, that's why spirits say the time has come to part ways. Like I said, it could be about anything. And it's all because of the envy. Envy you. I'm surprised that card been hiding for a minute. Let's see what this snake is about. Yeah. So now they're gonna come in for a big favor and ask for a big favor. And that's right on top of snake. Ain't that some shit? So they need assistance with something big, but yet they envy you. But yet they have a trick up their sleeve. At least they think that they're tricking you, you know? But like I said, it's time to part ways, you know? Energetically. Then physically. Yes, perspective. I appreciate your unique perspective on the situation. I value your opinion. No, this is not opinion. These are facts. This person has ill intention, man or woman, whoever they are. They have ill intention, and they may be planning on deceiving you. Why? Because they envy you, and yet they're gonna just continue to feel threatened, or they're just gonna continue to threaten you. But it's time to get away from them energetically, emotionally, mentally. This could be about your talent, your gift, your abilities, and it's like they can't trick you out of your own gifts. They can trick themselves, but they can't trick the one that can see beyond or see beyond the obvious. It's so obvious. But this is someone that envies your perspective on how you see things, how you see in general. But let's move on. Yeah, but yet they're gonna date. They're gonna ask for a date or claim to date you. No, I'm sorry over these individuals. Nothing but greed, and it says positive. It says my intentions are pure and I only want to add it. I only am pure and I only want to improve your life. That's a lie. But let's move on. Yeah, because they're unfunny. It says I have a hostile attitude. Yeah, that's their energy. Yeah, laugh it off. Laugh them off. Nobody makes me laugh like you ain't need some fun. Yeah, laugh their ass the fuck off. Because their trick, their motive, their ill intent is not gonna fucking work. So just okay, let's move on. Let's see what this. Let's see what the real tea is about. Because all of this because they envy you, but they can't stop you. That's how you know you're doing something right. Moving on. Yeah, they're the one that's gonna be rejected from your energy, or you rejected them, or they feel rejected. That's great news. They're rejected. They're blocked energetically. Energetically, they are blocked. Yeah, didn't I just say they could be threatening you, or they feel intimidated? Not even intimidated. They just bothered, or they feel bothered that they can't trick you or play you. No, that's just a test. That's just a test of retrograde. That's what retrograde do. They test you in many ways. Yes, so this threatening is not gonna work for this individual. So you can see how envious they are, or how I would say how bitter they are. Let me show you. This was at the bottom. This is what I mean. Cards never lie. So they're gonna come in to try to threaten you. At least they think that their threats are working, so they can trick you, or they can undermine your efforts or your success. Or this is only for them to, undermine your own success or your own hard work, but yet they envy you, so they can elevate their own standard. But they don't realize that their threats is not gonna work. It's clear as day how envy they are. Now let's move on because that's the message. Threaten. Yeah, this is what they do when they can't get their way, and that's their energy. That's their motive, or their, like I said, their threatening ways is gonna be blocked. But you just never know what the energy come out as. You never know. Yeah, your light irritates their demons. And that's why the more you shine, the more your light irritates their demons. Or ask them why their demons are irritating your light. Ask them that. That's the real question. Ask them why demons irritate your light. Yeah, they could be fake black, they always like to fake flex. They like to show off, but yet they envy you because you don't have to do that. It just comes for you or happen for you naturally. They have to threaten people or, you know, just to get what they want. Let me forward. And so this is what I mean by this individual envies your talent or your abilities or your gift or something else you're good at naturally. Okay. And this is what they feel bothered by. Yeah, because they're fucking groupie. So something significant about fertility. So this is a groupie, or this is a bunch of groupies that are threatened or bothered by you. Man or woman, this could be anybody. And this is them that like to fake flex for the next. Okay, let's move on. Let's see what this, groupie is about. Yeah, creativity. Thank you. They steal your idea, copies your work, duplicate feeds off of you. But yet, your light irritates their demons. But like I said, ask them why their demons irritating your light. Yeah, this is them trying to take your creativity or your personality, or at least they think they are, into someone that can't trick you out of your originality. Okay? Or maybe this is someone that is the false version of you. Confirmation. They are the pretending version of you. The false version of you. Let's move on. Number the bottom. Yeah, you are unfazed. Sipping, unfazed, not even worried about this person or this individual. Yeah, because they're the ones that's living in their ego, stuck in their ego, confirmation. Yeah, you are uninterested in this individual that is stuck in their ego. Very egotistical. Moving on, yeah. Yeah, they're trying to gain evidence or find evidence or look for evidence or taking photos to get evidence, but yet they envy you and that's some shit. That's why they're rejected energetically, and they're still creeping, still watching, but yet they feel haunted or they're gonna be haunted. All of this done out of ego, all because they can't check their fucking ego. But let's move on. And that's why they can't come back in energetically. Moving on. Let's see what this is. Let's see what they envy at. What they envy about. What they're so envious about. Before I get into that, I wanna look this up. What are they so envious about? Envy, big favor, perspective. Like what? That's why they reject it. Threaten, shine, because they just hate your shine. They can't stand to see you shine or be in the spotlight. Or you already are in the spotlight. You could be a public figure, and they're mad if they're not. They have to fake flex to become it. This is someone that envies your real title. Confirmation. Okay, moving on. So we have seek someone to perform a long or cord cutting ritual. Yeah, it's time to cut the cords. Or break free from this individual because they're hiding behind this mask. Yeah, yet they secretly keep tabs on your every move. And they're gonna use someone to get evidence to keep tabs on your every move. Yeah, it's just the person calls you negative in the earth sign don't have to be an earth sign. And this person can have earth placement in their chart. Okay. Like I said, you could be dealing with an earth sign, or this is an earth sign dealing with another earth sign. Man or woman. Yeah, spirit team got your back. See, they don't realize that. They don't understand this part. They don't understand how consistent the spirits are. But yet, they are claiming credit of your success or of your hard work. They don't understand the power of getting out the mud and, starting from scratch and keep going. Moving on. Yeah, this is someone that is scorned. This could be a scorned lover or scorn relationship. That's very envious of you. You know, like I say, anybody that is envious of their so-called lover or whoever, spouse or relationship, clearly they have some shit that needs to be worked out within. Clearly they don't need to be in a relationship. They don't need to be in love. If they envy that much or envy you that much, or they hate your shine that much, or they don't like you, or don't like, not even like you, they don't like to see you in the spotlight. Because them because they can't be in the spotlight. Not even that. It's none of their business what you do or how you do things or how you move around, you know? Business is business, you know? It's nothing personal. But they don't understand that. Some people don't understand how business works. It's not just a one or two day thing, you know? It's consistency, it's hard work, determination, discipline. They don't understand the power of hard work. And they can't be mad if you are consistent and continuous, like, moving forward. They don't understand the power in that moving forward, you know? And that's why they're stuck, you know, in their old perspective, you know? In their old ego. And then you just check their fucking ego because that shit is old news, played out, old data. Yeah. Moving on. So scorn love, this could be a scorn love or someone that's just very scorn, you know? It's not the fact that they think that you don't care. It's not that. It's just moving forward, you know? You're not even focused on anything that's just like I said, the shit is not personal, it's business. But let's move on. Mostly retrograde, yeah, something about communication, or they try to delay communication, not happening. Spirit is not letting that happen. That's how you know that retrograde is testing you. Remember when I said we are in Pluto retrograde? It's not going to end until October the 13th. So this is going to be the longest retrograde. It's not bad or anything. Pluto is all about releasing, you know, oneness. Um, but mostly it's all about, you know, dismantling communication, blocking communication, you know, stopping, you know, interruption. That's, you know, Mercury. Because it's up in the air. It's up in the planet. So Mercury and Pluto could be significant. Or they could be mixed. It's not even about mixed. It's just all about the planet. It's up in the air. That's all it is. Retrograde is doing this. Moving on. So we have this person. Oh my god. So we have competition. I'm gonna say this person. So we have competition. This person to you as competition, and they could be watching you through the what do you call that shit? Rear view. But yet they see you as competition, or they see themselves as competition. Always trying to one up you. No, they're gonna one up themselves. They're gonna fake flex on themselves. Compete with that. Like I said, they are competing with the old version of you. They're not competing with this new version, this healed version, this happy version of you, this satisfied version. See, they don't understand the power in that. They just think that you're still in their old perspective, in their old life. No, the joke is on them because you can see why they're in competition with you. They think that this shit is competition. No, this just consistent. This is just consistency and hard work. And if they can't get that through the big ass skull of theirs, then clearly they don't know how business works. It's not, like I said, it's not just a 1 or 2 or 3 day thing. You have to stay consistent in your work. And if you're not going to be consistent, then you don't know how business works. Yes, there are going to be some ups and downs. Can't win them all, but it's all about moving forward. They don't understand that. clearly. But let's move on. So we have hitting on your creativeness and your ideas. This is what they do when they can't get their way, or when they can't, get through to you. They have to threaten you, or have to fake flex in front of you. They have to do things or nitpick. Because your light irritates their demons. Well, ask them why their demons irritate your fucking light. How about that? Maybe they will get some real clarity or some real insight. But yeah, moving on. Um, they don't understand. It's I be laughing at these energies on like little, just sitting back and laughing. Yes, rebuke this energy, rebuke this person. Rebuke them. Yeah, crooked cops. Okay, think about crooked cops and crooked individuals. Yeah, something significant about Facebook or something gonna be seen on Facebook or exposed on Facebook. We have maid, housekeeper, janitor. Yeah, this woman beater. Yeah, this could be a woman beater. This person will behind your back and stuff with your ex-friend. Okay? Like I said, this individual is stuck in the past. This could be someone that's forever in the past. Or perspective, old life. And this is what they're competing with, the old version of you, the unhealed version of you, the unsatisfied version. This is what they're competing with. This is what they're trying to win up, the old version. They're not competing with the new version. When I say the new version, the new life, the happy life, the satisfied. They're not competing with that. This is someone that's still doing the same shit. Yeah, and they're fake as fuck. Ain't that some shit? And this is someone that is fucking a crooked cop. It could be. I don't know why I like that. Or someone that's just fucking crooked. So we have an elder. Yeah, sun, moon, or rising. Any sign. Something about a grandmother or grandmother figure. And we have an elder. Yeah, someone that's lazy as hell. This is someone that is fucking lazy. Fake, lazy. Yeah, this event is set up. Do not go. Like I said, they're gonna get caught in their own demise if they think that their threats or their motive or their ill intent is gonna work. They're gonna be surrounded by higher ups if they try that move. But let's move on. Let's move on. Watch your children closely. Here we go. Something significant about Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, grandpa. So this could be like passed on loved one that's watching over you. Okay, that explains the spirit team got your back. Okay, this could be like a grandmother figure or a grandfather figure that's watching over you, or this could be someone's grandfather or grandmother. Okay, moving on. Yeah, we have comic baby daddy. Yeah, this comic baby daddy is gonna be watched. Or like I said, whoever this comic baby daddy is, they think that their plan is gonna work. It's not gonna work. Something significant about a group chat, group messages. Yes, trust your gut. Yeah, trying to lure children to kidnap. Oh my god, I'm so over this energy. Okay, someone could be going through a breakup. This like the fuck out. Someone could be going through a breakup, or someone could be walking away, being separated, or they're ending something, or ending a connection, or a false connection. Okay, moving on. So we have trust your gut. So we have Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Trust your gut. Okay. This could be a fake psychic, or someone could be going to a fake psychic so they can continue to lure children to kidnap. Okay, or this is someone that is a crook. Okay, what is this? Yeah, this person plays on children. Oh my goodness. Yeah, your hitman, hitwoman fell in love. Yeah, they're gonna pirate someone or use someone. Yeah, they're gonna get caught into their own demise. gay, bi, man or woman. You have two lovers plotting, or they're always plotting, scheming. Yeah, like I said, all knew the card was gonna come out. This could be two lovers, two comic lovers. They're gonna be tricked out of their own demise, so they're gonna be watched closely. But let's move on. Yeah, he or she's trying to steal from you, or they could have stolen from you. Like I said, we have FBI agents. Didn't I just say they're gonna be watched closely? So whatever plan or motives that they had, they're gonna be watched by hitting the FBI agent. Okay. Because all angels are watching over you. Yeah, so we have ambulance. Yeah, like I said, whatever move or plan, they're gonna, like I said, they're gonna be watched by a correctional officer. We have ambulance, correctional officer. Okay. Something about EMS. Let's move on. Davies? We need to find something to do. Yeah, this could be a masculine. Didn't I just say a masculine? This could be about masculine, or you could be this masculine, like I said. Whoever this is, then you gotta find something to do. Let's see what this is. Yeah, family. Like I said, masculine, male, family. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see what this is. Yeah, spouse, partner. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for letting me know who this person is. They have male, family, spouse, partner. Yeah, like I said, they're gonna be caught in their own demise, and obviously their own death trap that they set for themselves. Let's move on. Yeah, we have beach. So someone could be on the beach, walking on the beach. I don't know, it says male, beach. Okay, we have male, family, spouse, partner. This could be, okay, true lover. This could be two lovers in crime, partners in crime. Trust your gut, or two gay lovers. So we have beach. Okay, if someone needs to walk on the beach or meditate on the beach, this could be a masculine, this could be about a masculine, okay? Or someone can live by the beach, live by the water, or the ocean. Yeah, justice. Okay, something about justice on the beach. On the water, or someone could be in handcuffs. There's family, handcuffs, justice. Someone's family gonna receive justice. Okay, anyone, yeah, someone, okay, alive. So someone is alive. This is someone that tried to unalive you, or unalive someone. Say a spouse, partner, alive. Say someone is alive, or someone got away soon enough. Okay, dismemberment. What about life insurance, life policy? Yeah, something gonna be seen on social media. Yeah, we have water. What about the water? We have fire. Water and fire never mix. So we have suicide. This is someone that's on suicidal watch, where they could have felt suicidal at one point. Okay. They could have hired a cleanup crew or tried to use a cleanup crew. Okay, we have organized crime. Something can be buried underneath, or they tried to bury something underneath. Okay, let's move on. Okay, something about cracking a case. Cracking a case open. Let's see what this is. Yeah, we have the witnesses too. Reflect on your personal observation and experiences. Ensure that your account of event is honest and clear. Your perspective is valuable in understanding the full scope of a situation. Something about hospital kit or health aid kit. Okay. Yeah, we have the legal integrity. Yeah, someone is going to be held. Something about integrity or morals or ethics. It says uphold integrity in all legal matters. Ensure that your actions are honest. and within the bounds of the law. Ethical behavior is crucial for maintaining trust and credibility. So it's about balancing out the scales of justice, and we do have justice. Okay, yeah. Something about being honest and clear and observing and understanding the full scope of something. Let's see what this is. Yeah, we have the hidden motive. Yeah, understanding the hidden motive or the hidden agenda. And life can be significant. Yeah, it says explore underlying motive behind action or decisions. Consider what drives people to act in certain ways. Envy, ego, childhood wounds. You know, these motives may influence the situation. Exactly. That's all it is. Envy, ego, mentally unstable, mentally disturbed, you know, evil intent. Look for deeper layers of meaning. Exactly. Like I just said, ego, egotistical, pride, childhood wounds, parent figure issues, molestation, traumatizing, like love bomb, all of that. Moving on. Okay. I'm gonna pick one. Pick one. See what the overall message is. Yeah, the fall. Yeah, they're gonna be taking the fall. Yeah, 70. So they think that you're gonna take the fall for their shit. Okay, let's move on. So I'm gonna pick one, but yeah, resilience, common sense. Someone has the common sense to do something, or the common sense to, yeah, resilient, common sense. And like I said, I'm not gonna be chopping on the mind, but before I get into that, I want to, okay, I want to see what this is before I move on. Okay, let's see this. Do we have embrace at the bottom? Okay, I'm gonna move this over here. Let's see what this is. Yeah, focus, stay focused. If someone is focused on something, or they could be focused on you, 24. Yeah, something about the full moon, 29. Or something significant about the full moon. Yeah, something is up in the air. Or someone can be communicating something. And have guides. Yeah, this could be a spirit guide or guide. And then warning you of this magic. Okay. Yeah, this, like I said, you have the key or you hold the key to something, which is protection, number one, because this person is still on a karmic path. Yeah, and the jealousy is going to be exposed, or the evil eye is going to be exposed, or it's going to be seen. 23. Okay, yeah. So we have jealousy and yeah, like I said, it's going to be exposed, or it's being seen. Okay, um, moving on, before I move on to the next, I want to get over here. Okay, let's see what this is. Yeah, Do we have intense feelings? So something is intense or too intense. The situation is just too intense. It says your emotions are stronger than usual right now. Are you experiencing a wave of emotional intensity? Okay, so something is very emotional. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna start this bullshit today. I'm not. Blocking the throat chakra is not gonna work. Okay, so it says allow yourself to feel and express these emotions. Releasing them will bring you peace. Okay, let's see what this is. Yeah, we have hope. So someone is hoping for something. It says hope is like a light in the darkness. Have you been feeling discouraged? Remember that different, I say different, something is different. Okay, remember that difficult times are temporary. Hold on to hope, and it will lead you toward brighter days. Okay, yeah. Moving on. Last one, trash. Okay, so we have enlightenment. So someone is enlightened about something or enlightened about someone. It says you are on the path to enlightenment. Discovering higher truth. Have you noticed a recent shift in your awareness? Continue continue following this light. It will lead you to greater wisdom. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. Then we have embrace at the bottom. No, no, we don't. We have heart. I'm sorry, we have heart. It was embrace, but we have heart. It says your heart knows the truth. Are you overthinking a situation? Oh, that comment come out so bad. Trust the wisdom of your heart. It will lead you to the most authentic decision or the most, authentic path or doorway. And then we have let go love. Letting go of past love, okay, or a scorned lover, open the door to new possibility or new connection, or a new love, or a better one. It says release it. It says, are you holding on to an old relationship? Release it. You'll find peace and the potential for new love. Amazing love. Not that shit that's built on false happiness. You know? Abuse. That's not love. That's trauma bonding. That's lust, infatuation. That's all it is. A temporary fix. But some people like to stay in an old relationship that no longer serve them, and that's on them. That's their path. That's their destiny. Moving on. So we have balance and harmony. Inner balance amplifies intuition. Stay in harmony with yourself. Yeah, not with this, individual that's still in their old perspective. Reminiscing, no. How it used to be, like relationship, how it used to, no. Divine wisdom flows through your intuition, trust, and act on it. I'm just telling you, you gotta, keep going, gotta go, gotta keep working, because, yeah, light of awareness. The light of awareness sharpens your intuition. I think about lighting a candle. Someone could be lighting a candle. This don't have to be like a candle. This could be, about the light within. So that explains why, your light irritates their demons. Because they can't stand the light. Because they don't see the light within them. So they hate on your light or they envy your light. That means they have a lot of shadow work to do. If that's the case. If this is all about the light or being in the light or staying in the light, clearly the darkness is, jacked up. Not even jacked up. The darkness needs to be healed, clearly. So you have the light of awareness, and this is what they envy. At least they claim they're not. But let's move on. Yeah, we have third eye awakening because the third eye never lies. Third eye never lies. Your third eye is awakening, enhancing your intuitive abilities. Yeah, they don't understand the power of the third eye, cosmic awareness. The cosmos speaks through your intuition. Stay open to its messages. You know, it flows through the third eye, just like this. It just flow right all over. And they don't understand. But let's move on. Um, let's see what this is. So yeah, this is all. This is a life test. This is Pluto is a life test. Retrograde in general is a life test. Develop a pros and cons list. Okay. Oops. This card wasn't supposed to be here, but why is this over here? Oh my goodness. Where are these cards? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Let's stop with these again. Oh my god. I guess I'll have to pick these instead. Okay. Moving on. So we have you are not a drop in the ocean. I mean, we did have ocean, body of water, beach. That could be significant. Says you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. Stand out, perspective, bringing things together. Okay, we have what is planted in your soul will sprout. Plant seed, dedication. Your work is rewarded. Yes, it says be with those who help your being. Like attracts like. Choose friends carefully. Or choose relationship, carefully. Moving on. Moving on. We have why be unhappy when your soul is full of bloom. Have spiritual growth. Choosing happiness. Yes. See, like I said, sometimes some people wake up with it. Like I said, like I said, it's always a choice when you wake up. Either you wake up happy or miserable. You choose. So I would rather choose happiness than to be sunken into misery. So why be unhappy when the soul is full of bloom? See, like I said, that's how you know some people are unhealed. Unhealed. But let's move forward. And my mind started itching when I said that. So this person could be very slimy. But let's move on. They think that their trick is working. It's not working. This would never persuade me to ever go back to a relationship, or a lover that is abusive, That, like, after one red flag, let it go. Like, I don't understand how some people stay in that. And some people really think that shit is cute. It's not cute. Being toxic together, that shit is not cute. That shit is whack, tacky. And this is why it's not the fact that, like I said, I choose happiness every time because Who the fuck wants to be in that type of, predicament or abuse? Nobody's dealing with that. After you see one red flag, let it go. One for the fucking years. Because if they do it once, they'll do it again. And if they do it twice, they'll do it worse. Moving on. So, why go back? Don't do that to yourself. Moving on, yes. So we have open yourself to love. It is safe for you to let your heart be seen. Don't be scared. Exactly. Nobody has time for that. Let's move on. Yes, pay attention to signs. The synchronicity you have been noticing are not coincidence. And you know what's funny? It's like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all an example of a sign that I've seen, you know? Okay, I seen a candy wrapper, right? And it has Reese cups on them. Okay, that is a sign right there that my ex is still near, that my ex is still steaming, And it's like the more I see it, because, like I said, Reese cups used to be my favorite candy, and it's not my favorite candy anymore, I seen a Reese cup, wrapper on the floor, and it's like this person keeps trying to remind me that they're still around, they're still there, and it's like the relationship is done, the relationship is finished. So, like I said, honestly, from my perspective, um, I want no contact with this individual for it's about to be almost 7 years. Like, I blocked this individual number and never looked back. That's how you run away from abuse. No closure, you know? No text back, nothing. Block them and move the fuck on. Like, that's how I did it. That's how I got away. I went no contact. And this is some serious shit. Like, after I went no contact, I went to go see. This is a true story. I actually went to go see my Quest at a concert. And that's some funny shit right there. That's some bold shit right there. And ever since I've been free. Free from this relationship, Like I said, it's about to be almost 7 years since I went no contact with this individual. Yet they're still spying, yet they're still lurking, of course. They wasn't expecting me to go no contact with them. Or they wasn't expecting me to leave them behind like that. Because why should I give you any closure on why I left? There's no crime in leaving someone behind. There's no crime in leaving a relationship. Why give you closure? Block and move the fuck on. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, I will leave you just like your dad left you. Simple. Huh. It is what it is. That's how it is. That's how I move on. If I see one red flag, I'm gonna leave you in a heartbeat. Clear as day. Moving on. So that is how I left, a relationship. And I left them. Okay, I left on September 16th, 2022, if I can remember. I will not forget that day, because that's the day I went to a concert. And ever since, I haven't looked back. I'm laughing because I'm free, I'm not dealing with that. Now, I'm not tolerating that bullshit. I'm not tolerating no type of abuse. And moving on, I want to make sure that I was still right the exact date, because that's the day I went out to the concert. And I will never forget. Yes, September 16th, 2022. That was the day I left my ex. And that's when, my new life started. Moving on. Enough of me. Enough of this, story because it's about to be almost 7 years and no contact for me. And I'm not breaking no contact. That person is gonna stay blocked from me energetically, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Moving on. Because I already found true love, authentic love, genuine love. Moving on. But yeah, entrepreneurialism. An entrepreneurial person often see opportunities where others see risk, you know, open to taking on a challenge, grow and earn simultaneously. Yeah, this is all about being focused on your path, on your work, on your journey, administration, to steer the community towards the accomplishment of God-given goals and directed by planning, organizing, and supervising others. That's how you break free and find a new relationship, better connection, by breaking free from an old one, and following your new life. Like I said, if I didn't leave this individual behind, I would have never gotten this far on my journey. I would be still in that old perspective, victim blaming, feeling sorry for myself, not realizing I put myself in that predicament when I can just get myself out of it. And that's what I did. I got myself out of it. The sun, the urge to do what feel is right, power, vitality, self-expression. The sun, this is what I mean, I don't like the light. So we have kindness. Kindness touches the soul, transcends language, and connects people on a primal level. Like I said, there's a difference between being kind and being nice. Usually, how can I say this? Usually, being nice is only doing something or forcing or being forced to do something only for a person to like you or get a person to like you. Meanwhile, on the other hand, being kind is saying no to people, things, places that you know that they will cause trouble in the future. Those are two different. So there's definitely a difference between being kind to someone and being nice to someone. Being nice is just overly people pleasing, right? But being kind is saying no, you know, respectfully, humbly, knowing that this individual or whoever that's gonna cause trouble. So there's a difference between the two. Moving on. Yeah, we have energetic, or I would say energetic, or energy medicine. The ability to hear with one's own empathic, astral, mental, or spiritual energy. And then we have listening, the ability to feel a person or spirit, emotional or feelings, another physical pain. Why? Because the divine light keepers are here. It says the light beings are sent to earth to help. Yeah, some people don't want real until it's reality, until it's. But moving on, and then we have humanity. It says initiative to help people all over the world. Keyword, all over the world to see where individuals, communities, and governments need to change in order to establish a peaceful world. But like I said, some people don't want this shit to be peaceful. They want to cause many wars and you know, chaotic. They just left the shit to be chaotic, and that's on them. You know, that's their path, that's their life, that's their destiny. You know, and like I said, it's all up to you to either to join them or follow your path. If they don't understand the power in following your own path, following your own um, destiny. But let's move on. So we have administration, something about connecting the dots, or someone connecting something, or reconnecting something. So we have the sun card. Okay, something's going to be exposed in the sun or in the light. But let's move on. Before I get into that, I want to move on. Oh, that's fine. That shit today. They're literally trying that shit. But let's move on. Yeah, in October, something significant about in October. Yes, Pluto retrograde ends in October the 13th. So we have July could be significant. Yeah, we have within 4 years, or something could have happened 4 years ago. Yeah, within 10 years, so October 4th could be significant. Or 4:10 p.m. could be significant. Okay. We have a May. They're really trying so hard to block this third chakra. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. They'll do anything to block the throat chakra, the crown, because they don't want the truth. They can't take the truth. Or they can't stand for the truth, but they like to attack the fake. I mean, not to attack their fake. They like to attack the real one. They don't attack their fakes. They could be attacking the fakes. They could be, but like I said, confirmation. It's gonna be fair. Justice is fair. It's gonna be fair. They keep playing. It's okay. Mistakes are just proof that I'm trying. I never give up. Every setback fuels my comeback. Exactly, and they don't understand the power in that. But let's move on. It is contrary to popular beliefs. I know exactly what I'm doing. Dream it, do it, done. Done. It's already done. The seed has been planted already. Yes, I am an amazingly strong, competent, take no shit, speak my mind. Yeah, they don't like me speaking. That's how you know. They would do anything to block your throat chakra, you know? That too. But let's move on. That's what it is. But let's move on. Okay, a little better. It says, I'm an amazingly strong, competent, take no shit, speak my mind, badass. Boss vibes are my default settings. Yeah, they are so funny. I don't have to ask anything, you know? Every day I grow richer in all areas of my life. Man, I tell you, these individuals, it's just, ugh. No, but that's the energy. So, regardless of who is plotting, who is scheming, who have a trick or motive up their sleeve, they're going to end up tricking themselves in the end. Because you're focused on the plan, you're focused on the mission, you're focused on the path, the walkway. Meanwhile, they're just focused on attacking, tricking, threatening. They just feel bothered about the light. That's all. They're just bothered about the light that they can't see themselves in, you know? They need to go focus on that light. the fucking goals, whatever the fuck they got going on. But clearly, they don't want to do that. They're so focused on attacking, they don't see the bullshit in their own fucking darkness. But let's move on. All of this attack is not gonna work. All of this, trying to block communication or stop communication is not gonna work. The truth is gonna come out sooner or later. The truth, time is gonna reveal the truth. That's why I just sit back and not, observe, because it's like same shit, different day with these energies. Clearly, same shit, different day. I don't have time for it, and I'm not tolerating it, and I don't tolerate it because I don't have time from games or play someone's fucking game. My mind is so preoccupied. I'm not even worried about this shit because you know once like I said, when you know better, you do better. Simple. So regardless of who this is, or what they try to do, or what they're trying to do, they're gonna get caught. They're gonna be seen for who they are, or what they always is. So that's why you have to be aware and pay attention to signs of who these individuals are, because they think they're fucking slick and they're not. They're not putting into shit to nobody's destiny. They better put an end into their own fucking destiny. And it's not even about reading too much in it. It's all about, staying on your path, you know? Not caring about, what others think of your path or of your destiny. That's when you know you are free. When you stand true to your path, to your own destiny, to your own work, to your own craft, your own abilities, consistency. Consistency is key. Hard work is key. Success is given, hard work is earned. Big difference. Moving on. So, that's the energy, confirmation. We keep moving forward. Like, what do we need breaks for? That's how the soul tribe is. That's how we move forward. You know? They don't understand that. They don't understand the power in the soul tribe. The unity. They don't understand the power in that. Like I said, this is nothing new to me. I lived it, I experienced it, and it's like, now that I'm free of it, I know what to do. I know what I'm here to do. Moving on, and no one's gonna take that from me. Like this is my passion. This is what I'm dedicated to. So regardless of who this is, they're not stopping shit. But like I said, if I didn't leave a relationship behind, if I didn't leave a past lover behind, this, you know, like I said, this YouTube journey would never been this far. It would have never gotten this far. And I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I started this, journey. I'm happy that I did because now that I found the community, you know, from all over the world, and this is not just local communities. These are people from all over the world, all over the country, different states, different countries, Shit, even fucking Japan. Let's say, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Even Japan, like, that's how, like, not internationally, globally, that's the way it's going, you know? I'm not like, I don't have time to ruin my reputation just to make someone else feel incompetent. No, no, I have a mission to complete. I have a journey, and this is my path. But until then, I'm moving on. Moving on. So that's the energy. So, regardless of this individual, don't, you know, not allow them to stop your journey. Keep going, you know, keep pushing forward. That's what it's all about. And if they can't understand that, then it's time to let them go. It's time to release them. It's time to set clear boundaries, healthy boundaries, until they realize it, until they see that you are setting boundaries, until they realize what boundaries are meant to be. And that's going to be a little messy, but today is the day. So it's time to break that spell, break the spell. And this is how you break the spell, you know? That's how you know when you're free. Break the spell, break the spell, break the spell. That's how you break the spell. Okay? Okay? Yeah, that's the energy. Moving on. Okay. So regardless of this energy, don't let them, block your happiness or stop you from doing what you are here to do. Because in the end, it's just gonna be stuck in the old perspective.